Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to previews for The Young and the Restless, Jack Abbott might get a strange new ally. Let's think about their possible collaboration, since Aristotle Dumas might make a startling offer and leave Jack with a difficult choice to make. Other than being a significant corporate figure with a dubious side, not much is known about Aristotle. Aristotle has always maintained a low profile, which undoubtedly benefited him in any unethical economic dealings. Victor Newman will discuss his past with Aristotle with Michael Baldwin throughout the week of March 24th to 28th. Aristotle and Victor's past has not yet been made public by YNR, but it may have been a tense commercial transaction or a rivalry that ended in fury. In any event, Victor will tell Michael a story that might include terrible news if it relates to establishing Aristotle's contempt for the patriarch of Newman. Aristotle might be the ideal partner for Jack in the future, since he may seek retribution. When Jack learns more about the spies Victor has placed at Jabot, he will be incensed. When it comes to ruining Jack's family business and causing him pain, Victor has no plans to back down. As this dispute intensifies, Jack will want to retaliate, but he shouldn't have to do it by himself. Aristotle Dumas's arrival might be the perfect chance to change the course of this battle between Abbott and Newman. Aristotle may eventually approach Jack with a spiteful offer. Aristotle may offer Jack an alliance, whether he contacts Jack directly or through a subordinate like Damian Kane. Jack might possibly have a chance to win if Aristotle is willing to unite against Victor. Nevertheless, it is obvious that Aristotle is unreliable. Jack will need to carefully consider his options and make some judgments about whether the risk is worth it, because he might come to regret choosing to side with Aristotle. In any case, according to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Victor may have additional difficulties in the future, so watch to see if Aristotle will team up with Jack. For amazing Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates, CDL is the place to be. Check us out often for more YNR information. Claire imagined that Jordan was taunting her while she slept at Memorial Hospital. "I'm a part of you. You're a part of me. We're just alike, you and I. You can't escape me," Jordan sarcastically stated. Victoria was standing at the foot of Claire's bed when she gasped awake. Victoria reassured her kid, "It's okay. You're not alone." Instead, Victoria expressed her pride in Claire for confronting her Aunt Jordan after she had cooled down. Claire sat quietly on the side of the bed, avoiding eye contact with Victoria and hunching over a little. Victoria took a seat next to Claire, but she kept her eyes on the ground. Victoria asked Claire if she had succeeded in obtaining some sort of resolution. After seeing Jordan as a prisoner, Claire informed her mother that she had felt relieved that justice was being served, and that maybe it had marked the beginning of something fresh, allowing her to concentrate on her rehabilitation with her treatment team. But Claire wasn't sure. The therapists had referred to her as brave and compared the harm Jordan had caused to a cancer that needed to be removed and replaced with healthy ideas and actions. Claire told Victoria, "I know the worst of it's behind me, but there's still so much to do. It scares me." She claimed that they had informed her that the mending procedure would not happen right away. Victoria acknowledged Claire's growth and gave her compliments. Claire questioned her mother, "What happens to me then?" as she contemplated her life after recovery and what would happen if she were ever discharged from the hospital. Victoria assured Claire that they would go gradually, at her own speed, until she made up her mind about joining the family. Victoria was reminded by Claire that she had already studied the Newmans while working for Nikki and getting ready to execute Jordan's objectives. Claire noted, "You guys all have some awful grudges against each other." "Not all of us," Victoria answered. The Newmans were described by Claire as cold and spiteful, and even worse with strangers. Victoria advised Claire to develop her own fresh viewpoint independently of the news, the internet, or Jordan's warped perspective. Claire also asked Victoria if she would be able to become a member of the Newman family. Victoria sought to reach Claire by saying, "That would be my hope," to which she was asked, "What about my dad? Would he be a part of my new life, too?" Victoria expressed to Claire their want to be involved in Claire's life, as did Cole. Since that was how Victoria and Cole perceived things, she advised Claire to begin viewing her actions as the consequence of what Jordan had done to her rather than as her own. Claire gave in a little. "You'll be good parents, but what about me? Do I even know how to be someone's daughter?" asked Claire. After complimenting Claire on her accomplishments once more, Victoria pleaded with her to allow them to attempt to help and make up for the time they had all missed. Claire would be taking a risky leap of faith, Victoria admitted. Victoria assured Claire, "You can lean on me," and Claire, flushed, seized her mother and held her close. Victoria and Claire hugged each other until Claire announced she had to prepare for her next treatment session. Claire nodded in agreement when Victoria asked if she and Cole could keep going to see each other. Victoria departed with a hesitant feeling of hope and relief. Cole was sent a private summons to the Newman house to meet with Victor. Cole went to see the ranch owned by Newman. Cole thought, "I wondered when you'd want to lay down the law," as he sat down on the couch. Victor evidently found the comment amusing and started laughing. Since Cole was a father, Victor asked him directly, "What are your intentions with regard to Claire?" Cole told Victor that he intended to give Claire all the help he could, but that he had to do it gradually and without hurrying. Victor reassured Cole that he had not called on Cole to lay down the law. Victor inquired as to whether Cole intended to pause his profession. Cole clarified that he would not be going back to Oxford because he was already on sabbatical working on his book, which he could do from anywhere. Cole informed Victor that he would be there for Claire if she needed him by her side and would keep his distance if she needed him to keep some distance. In any case, Cole intended to be involved in his daughter's life. Cole was asked by Victor if he intended to return to Genoa City. Victor was worried because Cole hadn't been in Genoa City for a few decades. For the time being, Cole said, before asking Victor, "What steps do you plan to take?" Cole assured Victor that there was nothing to be concerned about from his history. Given that Cole had never reared a child, Victor questioned whether he was prepared to assume parenting responsibilities. Cole explained to Victor that he had no choice but to assist his daughter in her recovery because Claire had been harmed by Cole's mother, Eve, and his aunt Jordan. "As much as you're concerned about your daughter, I am concerned about mine." Lauren walked to Nikki's office. Victor sympathized with Cole but reprimanded him. She believed that Nikki had already discussed her relapse with Jack. Although Lauren acknowledged that Nikki might feel deceived, she defended her conduct since she cared for her. Lauren clarified, "We just want you safe, sober, and healthy." Lauren adamantly stated that if given the opportunity, she would repeat the same action. Nikki acknowledged that she was upset, but she was only upset with herself for dragging her family into her own personal misery. Lauren urged Nikki to put her recuperation first and not worry about the family. Nikki reassured Lauren that since Lauren had saved her, she hadn't drank any alcohol. Lauren warned Nikki that the conflict was not yet done, although she did applaud her for winning the day-to-day battle. Lauren informed Nikki that she believed Jack was better suited to assist Nikki because Seth was losing his own fight. Nikki was hesitant to bring Jack in. Nikki bemoaned, "Again, I would be dragging a dear friend into my chaos." Lauren denied that. A dear friend cannot be dragged. A dear friend stands by your side and fights along with you, she informed Nikki. Lauren reminded Nikki that Jack had once received assistance and had the chance to return the favor. Nikki was worried about Victor's reaction if she turned to Jack. In contrast to Victor's response to Nikki selecting Jack as her sponsor, Lauren reminded Nikki that she was the one in charge of the matter. Nikki said that Victor would like to assist her on his own, but Lauren informed her that Victor was unable to fulfill that responsibility and that Nikki required a sponsor like Jack, who had overcome addiction and understood it. Ashley was deep in concentration as Jack wished her a nice morning at the Abbott residence. Ashley said to Jack that Tucker was still attempting to persuade her that he hadn't become violent at the CAF in Paris. Jack advised his sister that avoiding Tucker was the best strategy to silence him. Jack was informed by Ashley that it would be hard to avoid Tucker. Her suggestion that she leave town was swiftly denied by Jack. Why Tucker was attempting to cast doubt on her sanity was beyond Ashley's comprehension. Jack stated that unless Tucker was permanently removed from Ashley's life, the family would not be able to let him go. Ashley concurred. "I've got to talk to him. I've gotta settle this whole thing once and for all, she muttered, and hurried off. At the athletic club, Devin and Billy had breakfast and talked business. Billy called Tucker a vicious, immoral corporate raider. Tucker said he was only interested in Glissade. Tucker entered the room, walked up to them, and said sarcastically, "Look at this. The new Chancellor Winter's power couple." Tucker claimed he was flattered that Billy and Devin felt so threatened by him that they had to circle the wagons. Billy expressed his disbelief at Glissade's continued existence following the cover-up incident. Glissade's entire board of directors had been replaced, Tucker told Billy. When Tucker restated his intention to focus solely on Glissade, Devin appeared doubtful. Tucker explained to Billy that Devin and Dominic were family and he didn't want to ruin their heritage, thus he didn't intend to harm Chancellor Winters. Billy didn't believe it. "If you do want to turn Glissade into a powerhouse, why don't you do it from Paris?" Billy asked Tucker, echoing his condescending attitude, but Tucker didn't answer. He turned to go upstairs instead, but Ashley entered the athletic club and demanded to talk to him. Devin was asked by Billy if he believed Tucker's assertion that he was no longer looking for retribution. Devin's response was, "No. Not even a little bit." Devin thought that Tucker was only waiting for them to become distracted, therefore Devin and Billy should be vigilant. When Devin asked Billy if he wanted to see how Ashley and Tucker were doing, Billy said he knew Ashley preferred to tackle things alone, even though he wanted to defend his sister. Lauren inquired as to whether Nikki's primary worry was Victor's response to Jack. "You need a knowledgeable, experienced AA member who is currently sober," Lauren stated to Nikki. Because she knew it would offend Victor, Nikki was still hesitant to let Jack in more than Victor. "It would be better," Nikki said, "to rely on Jack in private." Victor entered at that point, and Lauren objected to the notion, telling Nikki, "I don't think starting this with a secret is your best option." As Nikki told Victor that she had just been praising Lauren for being a good friend, both of them forced a grin. Victor was asked by Nikki why he had visited. Victor expressed his desire to have lunch with his wife. Lauren turned down his invitation to join them, citing work commitments. Lauren said she thought Nikki was great. The women's smiles were sincere this time. Lauren made a visit to Jack's. Jack expressed regret for his inability to avoid mentioning her name throughout his chat with Nikki. Jack was reassured by Lauren that neither of them was held responsible by Nikki. Lauren encouraged Jack to persevere since his words to Nikki might have resonated. Nikki could understand the benefit of having a buddy sponsor her, Lauren informed him. "I can't think of anyone better to fill the role," Lauren stated. Victor accompanied Nikki to Society for lunch. After speaking with Cole, he confided in her that he was worried about Eve Howard's kid returning to the area. Victor was concerned that Cole would be near Victoria once more and that his plans were so ambiguous. Nikki assured Victor that Victoria was entirely preoccupied with Claire's recuperation and that he shouldn't be concerned about a romance between her and Cole resuming. Victor pondered what would occur if Victoria and Cole desired to give their daughter a family life. Although Nikki acknowledged that it was possible, she believed Victor was overly optimistic. Victor brushed that off and questioned Nikki about the possibility that it was just another of Victoria's previous disastrous romances. Crimson Lights is where Victoria and Cole first met for coffee. During her meeting with Claire, she told him that she had finally been able to see some hope in their daughter's eyes. Victoria told Cole that Claire had given her a hug, and Cole felt hopeful. Cole was astounded by Victoria's breakthrough with Claire and wished he had been present when she stated, "For the first time, I truly feel like we're gonna get our daughter back." Victoria grinned. He was informed by Victoria that Claire had consented to their visit. Cole informed Victoria of his meeting with Victor.